San Francisco, a former U.S. Air Force Staff Sergeant and alleged member of the boogaloo extremist movement pleaded guilty Friday in the fatal shooting of a federal security officer in the San Francisco Bay Area amid large 2020 protests against police brutality. Stephen Carrillo, 33, changed his plea to guilty to a federal murder charge in the killing of David Patrick Underwood and to the attempted murder of Underwood's colleague after federal prosecutors last month agreed not to seek the death penalty. The men were shot on May 29, 2020, while they stood in front of a federal building in Oakland as hundreds marched on the streets. Dressed in an orange jumpsuit in federal court, Carrillo read from a plea agreement, admitting to posting messages on Facebook a day before the shooting asking anyone if they were down to boog and saying he was ready to act and not just talk. He also admitted firing 19 rounds from a homemade AR-15 rifle from the back of a white van being driven by a man he connected with online. "I aligned myself with the anti-government movement and wanted to carry out violent acts against federal law enforcement officers in particular," Carrillo said. Prosecutors on January 31 said they would not seek the death penalty, but U.S. District Judge Yvonne Gonzalez-Rogers said Friday she is not convinced that she will accept the plea agreement between prosecutors and defense lawyers calling for a 41-year prison sentence. "I cannot accept a plea unless Th. Carrillo is scheduled to be sentenced on June 3, but Gonzalez-Rogers warned that she could reject the plea agreement if she doesn't feel prosecutors and defense lawyers do enough to justify the sentence. And if she does, Carrillo would go to trial and his admissions in court could be used against him, Gonzalez-Rogers said.